This podcast is powered by The Plug.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you or your company are looking to jump into the podcast world, now is the time. The Plug Agency is here to connect you to the full power of podcasting. You just record and leave the rest to us. The people are listening and want to hear from you. Theplug-agency.com. That's theplug-agency.com. Click the link in the episode description for an exclusive offer.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose. You can talk to her. You can tell her what's wrong. She'll encourage you, yeah. She'll help you be strong. 'Cause you're her brother, you're her sister. Tell you always got your back. You ain't gotta worry about that. 'Cause it's all about you. It's about you, ooh, yeah. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose.
It's about you. It's about me. And yes, it's about us. Welcome to Living Life on Purpose with Tanya. Enjoy. What's good, everybody? Welcome. Feeling good today. I hope everybody is doing well.
Indeed, yes, indeed.
Yes, this is my son, my SUN.
That's my mama, my ray of sunshine.
So welcome. So we've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and I woke up this morning just feeling like, wow, I want to be more connected with the listeners. And so from this point forward, we're going to call you guys the tribe.
The tribe.
Yes, this is our tribe. And so I'm really, really excited about that. So welcome, tribe, to Living Life on Purpose with Tanya, because that's what we're going to do. We are endeavoring to live our lives on purpose, for purpose, with purpose. Yeah. So I want to start this segment off by asking a question and, just kind of see, what comes back. There actually is two questions. I'm sorry. So the first question is, what's the one thing you would do if you could do? So what's the one thing? Think about that. What's the one thing that you would do if you could? And then the second question I pose is, what is purpose? And what is your purpose? Do you have an answer for that, son? Thinking about the two questions, and whichever one you'd like to answer first is fine. The first, what's the one thing you would do if you could do, and what is purpose, and what's your purpose?
Now, with the question of what would you do if you could do, what are my limits? Do I have any limits?
There are no limits, and that's the one thing we do automatically. We go to that, right?
I mean, physically possible. I mean,
listen,
I
not.
can go anywhere with this.
Go
time
there.
travel. We could do
go whatever it is. That's what I'm asking. Listen to me. What's the one thing you would do if you could do? Take the limits off. Don't put no limits on.
Make me an astronaut. I think that's where I was thinking at. I want to leave Earth and look at Earth from a whole nother. Absolutely. Be in space on the space station, something like that.
That's pretty dope, because they're doing that now.
Yes.
The Elon Muskers and the this and that, the millionaires, the billionaires, Jeff Bezos and those guys.
Money.
Yeah, they're doing that. And I think I saw LeBron James or somebody was Michael Strahan.
What What Michael Strahan do?
Going into outer space.
Did
Yep.
Did he?
Did he already do it? Or I'm not sure if he already
What?
did it. We'll check that out. We'll get our
What?
people on it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's doable. So that's the one thing you would do. And guess what?
Absolutely.
Guess what? You could make that happen.
Absolutely. See, that's yeah.
Man, I have to really give that some thought.
Yeah, because I would give myself.
All right.
He's in
Our people
space now?
just confirmed that Michael Strahan went into outer space today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's definitely doable. I mean, listen, it's all about doing what you endeavor to do, the things that you dream about, the things that you really want to do. I mean, wow. Mm-hmm. And I think that some gratification and satisfaction comes from knowing your purpose, like living your life on purpose, for purpose. And it's very rewarding to actually be living your life.
On purpose.
On purpose, yeah. And not just like things just happening to you, things just kind of falling into your lap. No.
All right, might be a hard question,
Okay.
but you have a lot more experience than I do, so maybe you can help some of the listeners. How can a younger person trying to find their purpose make the distinction between what they want to do with their lives and their purpose?
Wow. So I'll tell you, when I was really young, one of my first real jobs, right, was a youth counselor. And what I did was I went into the like hotel shelters that like that hotel shelter that you guys seen on New Jack City, that was a real hotel shelter. That was a real place. I mean, they, of course, they embellished. So that's where like homeless families or mothers with children went. And it was really crazy back in the day. But I'm just trying to give you some context. So what my job was to do was to take kids, inner city kids that have never left their neighborhoods, never left, they went to school, they went to church, they did whatever they did right in that neighborhood and never ventured outside of that or had the opportunity to venture outside of that. And so we took them to a camp in upstate New York. And that was my first, like I said, real job. Went to camp. The kids had a ball, got back down to the city, got back to Brooklyn, and I got a call from a news anchor saying that they were interviewing the kids, and gave us the time to watch and channel and time to watch, and so I did that. And in the interview, they were interviewing the kids, asking them what time, what kind of time they had, like, what they did or whatever. And these kids kept mentioning my name. These kids kept saying, Miss Tanya makes us feel like we're somebody. It was like I was having an out-of-body experience because I was listening to the kids' interviews talking about me. And I thought to myself, I didn't do anything different. Like I didn't do anything special. I just was being myself. And so that was a time when I knew, I was like, okay, kids are my business. Now, I was very young and so did a plethora of other things, but I knew it was my purpose and my calling because I kept going back to it. It was like I couldn't escape it. I couldn't get away from it. I did other things, but it just wasn't satisfying, if you will. It wasn't rewarding. And it wasn't until I settled down and really got into what my calling and my purpose was. And it was like, it chose me. I didn't choose it.
Gotcha.
And so that's how when you got to do it. No matter you're doing something else, but you got to do that thing. It's like, I don't know, it just keeps nudging at you and keeps eating at you. And so it's been it's been my life's work. I've been doing what I do,
My whole life, yeah.
Yeah, your whole life. And so it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be living your purpose, because it doesn't feel like work, or you get it. It's like, wow, this is what I was born to do. This is why God clothed me in this flesh, to have this spiritual being having this earthly experience and doing, what I'm supposed to do. I'm good at it, and it feels good. I think we can also go, and do too much, what I'm saying, and become overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And also, I remember when I found out that I was an empath, that was a thing, because I didn't really know. I just knew that I looked at the world so differently. I internalized all the things that were happening on the outside of me. And, I would tell you guys all the time, like whenever you guys hurt in any way, I had a visceral reaction. I would feel it in my body. And, just being so caring and loving and loyal and all of those things, when I found out that was a thing, when I found out that I was an empath, it just like lifted this burden off my shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not the red Fruit Loop in the cereal box of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, so weird and crazy. But yeah, it was pretty enlightening to know that, wow, being an empath, being the way I am is a thing. So yeah, so I would tell the young people, I would encourage the young people, that thing that keeps nudging at you, that thing that you just long to do those things. You know what I'm saying? Get in touch with those things. Find out, what it is you need to do to get to that, because I'm telling you, it's just like, it'll be just like water. It just flows. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's okay that you don't know and that you find out. You know what I'm saying? That you honor the process of finding out what your purpose is. And then I'm telling you, it's so freeing after that.
Could imagine.
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
I don't know if there's a perfect answer, but I know that is my truth and
Well,
what I
since you
stand.
already know your purpose, have a grasp on that, have had a grasp on that, what's the one thing that you would do if you could? Ding, ding, ding.
I think the one thing I would do if I could, I would totally destroy and dismantle the idea of racism.
Now, why is that the thing?
Because, I just left, I was in LA and I had a wonderful time, but I experienced such beauty in California this time. And I went to, I was in Malibu, and I was, passing the Pepperdine University, which is so pristine. It was so beautiful. And I just thought to myself, God, I know so many young people that, and no offense, I'm just saying that could run rings around some of those people, right? If they were given the opportunity. So, it's just that's my heart. That's my heart speaking. Like, if I could do one thing, that's what I would do. I would just dismantle, destroy the idea of racism, just so that we as a people could have the same opportunities, the same, you know what I'm saying? Just, or start from the same starting place, if you will. So that's what I would do. That's the one thing that I would do if I could. Yeah. Just make our playing fields even. You know what I mean? And yeah. Because I think it would be just such an awesome and dope world. It is. But God, could you imagine if people were just more acceptable, more accepting of one another, and, just didn't have that hatred, that peace. Like, wow. That would be like so dope, to honor the differences, I don't know.
Rather than belittle them.
Yeah.
That would be different. That would be different.
That would be different. And it is so, and while being out there, I oftentimes give the analogy of the pigeon and the eagle. And I thought about it while I was out there, and I was like, wow, the eagle sets her nest high in the hills, right, on these cliffs, so that in the beginning, her babies are at an advantage. From the gate, they are looking at the beauty, right, and that majestic view of the world from the gate. And so, the standard has been set, right, at the gate. And it just makes me think, if some of our children could have experienced that from the gate,
Absolutely.
I don't know. Just as a people, as a whole, because I'm not saying individual, right? Because, okay, so some do, right? Many of kids are born into privilege, but imagine as a people, and that's just where I'm at. I'm that tribal person. I'm that whole village. I'm that whole thing, because I understand that me, my four, and no more is not sustainable. That's not realistic. So I'm doing good, but everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's no way to live anyway.
Right.
As long as me and mine are good.
Oh, my
God. That's a terrible way to think.
Absolutely.
Because where would the world be if it was just you and yours? You know what I mean? That's a terrible way to think. That's a terrible way to live your life.
Right. But so many people do.
Yeah.
So many people do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are you thinking out there, my tribe, the tribe? Put your thoughts and your comments in the comment section, and I promise to get right back at you with your thoughts, your feelings about said subject.
Please message us. Please comment. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yes, let us know what's the one thing that you would do.
And what is your purpose and why is it?
Yes, and what's your purpose? Do you know what purpose is, first of all, and then what is your purpose? I'm waiting to hear from you. We're waiting to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now that the first part of the docket has a check next to it, I have this. Have you heard about the Joel Osteen situation? Did you hear?
Not the money in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Okay, well.
The money in the wall, yes.
Okay, well, what do you.
I just wanted to. That was just a random thing that I heard. It was watching that. I was like, no, what? I just wanted to know what you thought about it. I haven't.
I don't know.
Spoken to you since I. I was like, wait, what would Mom say?
Oh my God!
About
Well,
this nonsense.
The crazy thing is that I heard about it. They were doing some work in his church,
Yes.
and they must have went to demo a wall, right? So they demoed a wall, and all these envelopes came out, like with lots
That's
of
tithing
thousands and
money.
tithing money that came out. So somebody evidently stole from the church and then hid it. I don't know if they forgot it. I don't know what the heck happened. But of course, the money was like they didn't lose anything. The church didn't lose anything because they had insurance or whatever it is that they do. My thoughts, the only thing that I thought was that would have been a dope way to give money back to the community, right? Because I would have just put it in envelopes and gave it to the people. Because it was in the envelopes. Right. They have already covered whatever. The insurance covered it, so they didn't lose anything. I thought that would have been a dope way to just give back, right?
Imagine
so
if they would have done that. It's holiday time. It's holiday season.
Absolutely. Do we know what they did with it?
We don't.
Can we have our people take a look at that? Kind of see what was done with Joel Osteen? What did they do with the money?
How much money was it again, Drew? Was it 300,000? It was
I have
a whole lot of money.
I have no clue how much it
some
was.
cash, some in checks.
Right. Well, it was all money, but
Did you know the sisters of the they still write checks in 2021?
that's funny. Well, we'll see. We're getting our folks to take a look at if they said what they did with the money. But I think that would have been just a dope way.
That would have been amazing.
To just give back, to a couple of families, split it up, and just say, here you go, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We love you. I tell you, yeah,
That would have been something.
right. God is expecting us to do and requiring for us to do some different things, and we'll get into that in another segment. But yeah, we can't go back to business as usual. God is not having it. And like I said, that's a whole nother workshop that we'll get into at another time. But yeah, well, thanks for bringing that up, and we'll see. We got our folks looking into if they said what actually happened after they found those checks.
So the money was turned in to Crime Stoppers, and the plumber who found the money was rewarded $20,000.
Okay.
There was $600,000 reported stolen from his church.
Wow.
They got the insurance money on. So that's allegedly how much money is in the wall.
So explain. So you
600
you can insure money itself.
They lost the money. So
Right. So it was a money. But my thing is, how is that money? So if it wasn't counted, how do you know how much money if it was hidden in the wall? That's my thing.
they claimed it was stolen from their safe, and that's what.
Oh, they claim that. Okay. So it was stolen from their safe. They had already counted the money, threw the envelopes in the safe, and then they said, this is how much came up. So $600,000 was reported missing, and they got the insurance on it.
How much
And so
money
now it's
was in
constant.
the safe that you didn't notice almost $1 million was taken until you found it in the wall?
No, it was already. They had already
Accounted
claimed
for
it. Right.
as stolen.
Right. Right. So they counted the money and then put the money in the safe. Right? And then I don't know what their system is, but went back and was like, oh, $600,000 is not here.
Okay.
And where is it? So it was found by the plumber, and the plumber got $20,000 for turning it in. My question would be, what would you do? Ooh. What would you do if you found 600 G's?
I bet
that was already reported missing. It was already reported missing. Okay, tribe. That's another question.
What would you do?
What would you do?
I bet that
if
plumber,
you found $600,000? Yeah.
that plumber knows his purpose now. Since we're asking his purpose, he missed his calling. Oh my goodness! I bet you he know his purpose now. It was to find
$600,000. Yo, let me tell you something. Of money that was already
your spirit wouldn't have allowed you to keep that money.
Oh,
but me,
shut up.
I'm gonna keep at least. Give me
Something they wouldn't have got.
The
They
Lord
wouldn't have
know
got
my
the whole.
heart. We
They
need-
wouldn't have got the whole 600,000, right?
Woo.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Lord knows my heart.
So son is saying that, Mom, you wouldn't have had
Nah,
that.
you
You
wouldn't
would
have
have.
been able to keep that money.
Okay. Well, I might have
absolutely
not been
not.
able to keep it all, but I'm telling you, some would have went in the purse. Like, I would have been like, "Thank you, Jesus.
yeah.
Yes, Lord, this is it."
Yes.
Just honestly, I'd have been like, "Yes, Lord, you did that." So, but he got 20,000, which is nothing. For 600,000. What I want to know is what Joel Osteen is going to do. So they don't have the money yet, right? Because it's in the Crime Stoppers place.
They probably won't get the money back because the insurance paid
Oh, I got you.
So where
they
does that
probably
money go? It doesn't go back to the people who paid that money because some of that was in envelopes with the people's names on it.
right, but they
With the
didn't get it.
amount.
So the checks didn't get cashed.
But the cash,
Oh, it was all cash. Ooh,
tithing money.
600,000 in cash.
That money
Okay,
should go
Jesus.
back to those people.
Or not, or anybody, because those people might. Well, I don't know. So that's the question. That's the question, tribe. Tell us what you thinking. Tell us what you thinking.
Let's talk about it.
$600,000 in cash. Or so they say it could have been.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I would have been thanking Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm not sure right now if they'd have got all of it.
Shoot.
On a plumber's salary.
Yes, it would have been like, Jesus. Merry Christmas.
Right.
Happy New Year. Happy
I'm
Thanksgiving.
telling
Happy
you.
Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. All at once. Yes. That would have
Oh
been.
my
oof.
gosh.
L'chaim.
gosh. You are so silly.
Yes.
Well, let's see. You know what? On a lighter note, guys, because we do have holiday season coming up, I want to tell everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad. Man,
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, period. Yes, happy holidays, period. Be safe, be sound, don't go into debt. It's not about that. It's about the spirit of love, the spirit of giving, the spirit of receiving, and all of that good stuff. So let's enjoy one another. And on a lighter note, I was just thinking, I saw, I was watching a game last week when, what's my guy? I was just telling
Steph
you
Curry?
about yes, with Steph Curry. I mean, that brother did his thing.
He's about to win the MVP this year. He's already number 1 on the
I mean,
list.
he did his thing, and so people
crazy.
continue to compare, right? Everybody's getting to these debates, who's better than who, and I personally think that it takes away from the person, right? And I think it's a tool that some use to, like I said, take away from some of the greats. I love Michael Jordan, and in MJ's time, he was the greatest, right? He was the best to ever do it in his time. But LeBron James now, this is his time, right? And he's a great. So to compare the two, who do you think is better, Michael, MJ, or LeBron James? And me, I think it's apples and oranges. I think, I mean, you can't take away anything from anybody. My favorite player in the whole wide world, and always will be, is who?
Allen Iverson.
You
That's
already
my
know.
favorite.
That's my dude. That's my dude. I've never seen anybody put their body on the line, a small guy that can get on the court and do his thing. And I mean, I follow him from Georgetown to, you know what I'm saying, 76ers. And then he was here for a minute in Denver, which I absolutely, I was so happy about that. But to compare, and I think that he's one of the unsung heroes, right? I don't think that he's
Allen
ever
Iverson?
AI has ever gotten the accolades that he so deserves. But I just think it's just, I think it's a travesty to compare and be like, who's better? I know some guys. I see some guys.
Let me ask you this.
Wait a minute. And this time that MJ wouldn't be able to fade. MJ could not hang. And I mean, because this is this time, this generation. No way, man. You got some cold players coming up right now.
My question would be, not to compare, right? Mm-hmm. But how do you know the greatness of someone now if you don't compare them with the benchmark? The benchmark is set by MJ. So, of course, the guys coming up after him are compared to him, not to say that they're as good as MJ, because I didn't really get to see MJ play like that. I was born in the 90s.
Right.
I mean, the greatest I got to see was Kobe,
Right.
Allen Iverson,
Right.
those guys.
And so before them, like Dr. J, Wilkerson, what's the real tall Muslim? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Right. Those were the greats in that time. You see what I'm saying? But we are, I mean, man, these guys are developing at warp speed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys are doing things on the court that is just amazing. But to compare, that's just me. That's just personally. I don't like it. It gets my goat. I'd be like, come on, why are we comparing now? Now I understand, like there's a standard, right? Mm-hmm. But at that time, the standard was different. Again, the skills that these guys possess now, Oh my God. It's like, but you can't take anything away from the guys that came before them, right? So
Sounds like that's what's happening. That's just a little bit. Sounds
yeah,
like-
and it's crazy. So I think we should stop that. What do you guys think, Tribe? All this comparing, and you see even with like different artists, like singing artists, you'd be like, one's gotta go. Like, why does anybody have to go anywhere? Like, stop it. I don't know. But we living in a whole different world. We're living in this cancel culture. You can't say crap about whatever. I don't know. But I on a lighter note, I just was thinking about that when I heard somebody debating about MJ or LeBron James and da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God, these people are two different people, and you can't take anything away from any of them. And again, it's like apples and oranges, lemons and limes. They real close, but that's a different flavor.
Perfect. I think you can apply that to most things, right? I was just reading the other day. A sunset is gorgeous. So is a rose, and they are nothing alike. There's no need to compare, right? They're completely different, but they're both equally beautiful in their own way. There's no need to compare a rose to a sunset. They're both gorgeous. Let them be that.
Right. In itself. Or a sunrise and a sunset.
A sunrise and a sunset, completely different things. Right?
Beautiful, though.
Both beautiful.
Both beautiful. And just kind of appreciating
Yes.
that thing for what it is. Appreciating that person for who they are and what they bring to the table. And not diminishing it by saying, comparing it to someone else or something else or whatever. Yeah.
Steal your joy like that.
Absolutely.
You will steal your joy like that. Be happy with your Honda.
Right.
Even when a Phantom pulls up, don't be happy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you got somebody that's
Comparison
riding up.
is
You
the
got somebody
thief
that's
of joy.
riding a bike, and then you got somebody
And I bet you they happy on their bike.
right that don't have no legs and wish they could ride a bike. You dig? So I mean, absolutely, finding happiness and contentment within yourself, and still aspiring to do more, be more, or whatever, but at the same time being content or happy with where you find yourself.
Or still thrive for more,
Absolutely.
but be okay with where you are.
Absolutely.
Let where you are
absolutely.
be enough. Even though you are searching for more, looking for more, eventually going to get more.
Absolutely.
But where you are has to be enough.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Knowing that you are enough, no matter where you find yourself, and still be working toward
Your purpose.
your purpose.
Makes sense.
Still, working toward your purpose. Still working towards something higher or something greater, and being okay. This is what I tell people. I am a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I am a masterpiece and still being worked on, right? At the same time.
A work in progress and a work of art.
A work of art
I love it.
and a work in progress simultaneously. And so, I am enough while still wanting and desiring more, right?
Absolutely.
But being okay, with the way I'm at. And so that's part of living your life on purpose. And like I said, one of the reasons I started this podcast, because, man, to share joy, to share love, to get somebody to just understand that they are enough. You are enough, tribe, that you are a beautiful being and you have a purpose. You have a purpose. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Nothing is just because. Nobody is just, no. So, yes, it brings me such joy to be in a position to get folks talking about their purpose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? God, what a happier place the world would be. You know what I'm saying? To keep your eye on the prize, to think that, God, we could be good. You know what I mean? We could all be good treat each other with respect. And
Be something.
yeah, even the bad apples, have a purpose, right?
Gotta feed the worms.
Right. Oh my God. A lady told me, a preacher told me, we were talking, and she said something so simple yet profound. She said that she did this exercise at church. She did this exercise, and she cut into, say, an apple or orange, right? And in the orange was a seed. But you didn't know. She likened it to her own life. And I received it. In that instant, I had to be cut in order to see what was on the inside, right? I had to be cut open to get the juice and the seeds. And if you plant those seeds, you get other fruit, right? So it keeps on giving. It's like, it was so profound to me. I was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? In order to get oil, you got to endure the press, right? The olives have to endure the press in order to get the oil. A diamond is just a lump of coal until extreme heat and pressure is applied to this thing. So it's just, and such is life. Such is life. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. Yeah, I had to be cut in order to see what I was made of, like what's on the inside, how juicy, and all them seeds that if those seeds are planted, it's going to get more fruit, right? And then those fruit, right, when cut in, got seed. And so it's a never ending.
It's fire.
It's never ending. It's
Fire.
wow. Yeah. That's what purpose will do for you, son. That's what purpose will do for you, tribe. Understanding that life is a journey and not a destination. You might as well enjoy the ride, because none of us leave out of here alive. So in order to get to the other side, we have to go through this journey, and we might as well make the best of it, right? Because we're going to get to that other side whenever. Right?
Agreed.
Ooh, I like it.
Me too.
I like it. So listeners, my tribe, the tribe, I want you guys to think about those questions, and I'm going to look into these comments and see what you guys are saying and answering. What's your purpose? What is purpose, and what's your purpose? And then what's the one thing you would do if you could do? And the thought around comparing people. The thought about comparing people, and what are your thoughts in regards to that? Is there anything else, son, you want to say? What do you want to say? Anything to the tribe?
Love you guys. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Please do comment. Let us know what your purpose is, why your purpose is your purpose. And know that there are no limits. Don't put a limit on yourself. Just be honest as possible. Let us know why.
I love it. Please subscribe to our podcast.
Please.
Yes, click, tag, share. Let somebody know.
Subscribe.
Yes, subscribe. Let the people know that you're a part of a tribe that's moving and shaking, that's trying to get an understanding of what your purpose is, why you're here, and what you're going to do while you're here. So we love you. We appreciate you, tribe. We're looking to see you guys soon. And soon we're going to be live. So once you guys subscribe to the podcast and we get enough of the tribe participating, you're going to see us live. And we would love to have some of you on the show. So we're just looking forward to that. Happy family time. And it's not always about the family that you have, but the family that you make. Blood is thicker than water, but you can't live without either one. So until the next time, we love you. We'll see you. Make sure you live in your life on purpose.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose.
Yo,
it's Julius, and I just made traveling easier with the motorized scooter suitcase. Let me say it again. Motorized scooter suitcase. Yeah, that's right. The luggage has got a built-in electric motor. So the suitcase, I can ride it and glide through the airport or the train station, through downtown, and it all fits in the overhead storage bin. No more crowded terminals trying to say, excuse me, y'all gonna see me gliding through there. I can hop in and off the light rail like it's no problem. I'm not struggling to carry these heavy ass bags of podcast equipment anymore. All you gotta do is just click the link in the episode description that says Smart Suitcase. Click Smart Suitcase and see what I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all, it's going to change the way, if you're traveling, this is going to change everything. Click the link. Let's go.